Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program. Look at this. Just gonna grow this out and leave it. It is Sunday. I'm me. I'm in my underwear, as you will see soon, and I will also make coffee, which is a hoot for some of you and a burden for many of you. The time is now 9:29 a.m. Eastern. I hope you put your clocks back. I usually get screwed. This messes with people. People want the extra hour, and this is like 8:30 now to them, so they want to sleep through it, and they want to go even later. So I usually get stymied on this day, but it's all for the farmers. It's the only reason people do daylight saving time is for the farmers. They have their crops and they get their sun. God forbid, how many farmers are there in the world anymore? Like 120? They can't all just get up earlier in November? Is it that difficult? Nevertheless, Quincy is here and said, "Where could you be right now, RJ? Perhaps somewhere scary because it's Halloween." Well, Halloween's over. And unless you're frightened of wood paneling, I don't think that's what I'm going for. Clint also said, "I got to ask you, do you have an entertaining Halloween custom suit, also known as a costume, in ready for a coming Halloween party? And will the BRE be joining in with it?" First of all, there will be no Halloween parties for me. There'll be no parties for me, period, regardless of, even before all this business, I wasn't that crazy about people. Now I have, the ultimate excuse, and I'm happy to use it. No Halloween parties. I'm not dressing up as anything because I'm already in my underwear on Sundays. You want to put more clothes on? Really ruins the oeuvre. Sean said, "From parts unknown, perhaps." Speaking of unknown parts, this is what I'm wearing. Standard affair, diesel camouflage, because I wanted to blend in with the wood paneling. Now I just look like a floating torso, which is delightful. Chris said, "Am I in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico?" I've had a lot of truths and consequences in my day. That's certainly popular. The Death said, "Am I in Erie, Indiana?" Another good choice because it was a great show. That show was really like a modern day Twilight Zone for kids, for me, as you can have your Goosebumps. And you can have your Are You Afraid of the Darks even, which I thought was good, but it's not Twilight Zone. Erie, Indiana was it for me. Ty said, "Good morning, everyone." Steve LA, or Steve La, says, "Good morning to RJ and all." Missy, who, if you want to go on my Twitter in the community tab, if you're a member, made these wonderful pumpkins emulating wrestlers like Matt Taven and me. She painted basically my crotch on a pumpkin because I've always described my crotch area as being both bulbous and orange. Missy said, "Good morning, all. I'm viewing from somewhere else today, too. Took a drive to the Columbus Zoo yesterday and decided to stay the night. At a hotel, or are you at the zoo? Are you in the lion cage? Is it that kind of thing? Is it like sleep out with the animals kind of deal? That's fun. I will also say, zoos are open year-round. And sometimes the best time to go is not in the summer when it's hot and you got to walk and you look at a zebra and he's like, "Please take a picture and leave." If you go now, it's a little cooler, but the animals are out and they're spry. And even in December, I think all the indoor stuff is open. The rainforest is always going to be the same temperature, that exhibit there. So don't worry about it. By the way, one time I went to a butterfly conservatory. You know this thing? There's butterflies everywhere. I stepped on 3 of them, and I felt horrible. What was I going to do? There's nowhere else to step. You just felt it under your foot. Maybe they were already dead. I'm not sure. It's so hard to tell because their eyes are always open. So Chris said, "Good morning." Ty Positively E said, "Good morning, RJ. Don't forget the coffee." Oh, God, I just missed so much. Even David's here. Don't forget the coffee. Poe Girl says, "Good morning." Nail said, "I'm watching the ads. God bless you." Leo is here. Chris is here. Aaron is here. Scope said, "Good morning, Raul, Julia, Metropolis," which is my given name. Clarence says, "Hi, RJ. Still trying to get Cash Wheeler and Dax Harwood of FTR to join the next episode of your show. We should both talk to them, buddy. Keep trying, Clarence." Ty said, "You look like you're in a sauna, but yet I'm cool." So there's some hot stones I'm going to throw some water on. Derek Stockholm said, "I don't think many of us are afraid of wood." Speak for yourself. Nail said, "The ads are done. Did we say where we are?" Yes, somewhere else. Courtney said, "Wood paneling is scary." Adam Morrison is here. Clint is here. David says, in true David fashion, on November 1st, said, "Happy Halloween, everyone, even RJ." And by the way, I must say, a wonderful film, perhaps the best film David Arquette has ever been in, directed and produced by my dear friend Dalton Castle. David sang Hot Patootie from a Rocky Horror Picture Show. And now it was up on a charity stream thing last night, hosted by Tim Curry, who I will say, as much as I love Tim Curry, was horrible in the Addams Family reboot. Anyway, can they watch that again anywhere? David, do you have any idea? Leo wants to know, are you in that room that The Rock answered the phone in during the halftime Heat match with Mankind for the WWF title in 1999? That's correct, Leo. You win the prize. This is the my tribute to halftime Heat. It's kind of that subtle marketing. Jordan said, good morning, darling. Val said, you sound somewhat distressed. Are you okay, sir? Are you being held somewhere against your will? Yeah, I feel like every Sunday morning I give a plea for help. Neil said, thanks, Clint. Your galaxy is lovely. Optimus said, good morning, RJ. Because of you, I bought a French press, and let me just say, game changer. No shit. The only contraption I think maybe makes a slightly better coffee is the pour over. But that takes a lot more work. And you can really only do one cup at a time, to be honest with you. It's very handcrafted. However, I think everyone should own a French press. I think everyone should throw out their coffee maker and their Keurig Tassimo shit. David, remember when you bought that thing, that George Clooney sponsored thing, and we tried to, and it was terrible? All the coffee was bad? Did you return it? What happened? Dave wants to know, is it 10 p.m. on a Wednesday? Yes, this is the new After Dark. Everyone's using David's emoji. Sabrina said, RJ, you sound distressed. Do I sound distressed? More than normal? Ace said, do you watch other YouTubers outside of the pro wrestling industry? I don't watch any inside the pro wrestling industry. If so, who do you watch? I love watching. There's one called Forgotten Failures that recaps like canceled TV shows. That is great. There was another one, the Yesterday Tomorrowland. Was it Tomorrowland? They do like Disney history recaps. Those are usually ones that I watch the most, those documentaries. Clint said, oh, nice, RJ, your voice is peaceful. So if Clinty likes it, everyone else has the problem. Hold on, let me go back. I've lost everyone. I'm getting it. There's so many people do I bug? There we go. There we go. There we are. Chris said, I haven't been to a zoo in damn near 2 decades. And now's the time to go because most of the animals from before are no longer with us. Missy said, I'm in a hotel, but I wish I was with the red pandas. They seem cuddly, but then I don't think they actually would be. Positively said, butterflies are delicious. Jordan said, RJ, the annoyed zebra at the zoo is my new favorite thing. It's hot. I'm just going to go lean on the fence and eat a leaf. Val said, the best zoo time I've ever had was when I went on Thanksgiving. There was nobody there, and it was lovely. It was like I had the whole zoo to myself because the animals don't get to go home, which is I guess, a tragic reality of the zoo. But, they're there. Enjoy the animals. Walk with the animals. Talk to the animals. Leo said, come, my lady. Come, my lady. You're my butterfly. Sugar baby. And I think, David, didn't we say, fuck Crazy Town? Weren't they your friends and they wouldn't give you the music for the movie? Mark Ruffalo, Crazy Town, off the list. Spot Center is here, said Spot Center, who is here. Po Girl Sean says, people were stepping on snails at Point Pelee, Canada one year. That's not nice. As cool as the crunching sound can be. Positively E said, I hear RJ has a wood phobia. Amelia said, are you in the 1970s? Yes, and I'm going to be making fondue a little later, so do stick around. Sabrina said, are you near Camp Crystal Lake? Is Jason Voorhees next to you? But this is also like, anyone who wants to, anyone who organizes an orgy. I think this is, throughout the whole house, it's this kind of look. Clincy said, hey, RJ, I've seen you once on Twitch. Oh, sure. Okay. If you say so, I believe you. Adam said, St. Pete, Florida. It's beautiful, and we built a pergola. Have there been many pergolas in wrestling? I did a bit, Adam, stand-up bit, how there are not enough pieces of furniture in wrestling that it'll be tables, ladders, chairs, and that's it. You never hear, oh, he's got the ottoman. or pile driver through the refurbished armoire. And then I think the end of it was, however, God willing, because I was opening for Mick Foley's Hell in a Cell stand-up tour. And I said, God willing, 20 years from now, I'll be back here to talk about my most famous match, Hell in a Gazebo. So that's as far as we've got there. Nug is here. Dear sweet Nug, what's the weather like in somewhere else? It's hot, but it's early, so it's cool. The sun is not up yet, but I guess I'm looking at the sun up here. What is it like? Oh, it's hot. It's a hot one. But the weather can be anything you want when you don't go out of the house. There's a nice hot tip. Missy said, Val, we always go on holidays. Zoos and wrestling are my happy places. So really, now you're just relegated to zoos. Nicholas said, greetings, called RJ. Where are you? A cottage of sorts? Yeah, this is where I come to muse. I'm writing my memoirs. And Nail said, I'm guessing a movie trailer, maybe? No. I would love it if a movie trailer looked like this. A said, Dalton Castle is the CEO of the Peacock Network. Speaking of, on Dalton Castle's YouTube channel, me, Dalton, Colin Delaney, and Matt Taven did a little catch-up chat for 45 minutes called The Grigio Guys. So go click on it. He put it up, I think, 2 nights ago. Frank B. Zagatti said, what's up? All of this. Ty said, you sound breathy, like you're trying not to be too loud. Do you break into someone's house? Well, when you're somewhere new, you don't know, the acoustics. I feel like it's a little echoey. I feel like it's hitting the wall and coming back. It's like a self microphone. So I am speaking a little quieter. I don't have to. This is a choice. I can do whatever the hell I want. And I certainly won't stop me from singing. Oh, Kiana said I'm in her basement. That makes sense. Because I was at a club, and I don't know what happened. This woman threw a sack over my head, and she smelled like a wonderful perfume, and then I woke up here. So this is Kiana's basement. If you could bring me breakfast, dear, that would be amazing. Thank you. Sabrina said RJ probably broke into someone's house and is now hiding in their closet. Yeah, like that wonderful series of music videos. SM said, there's some very anxious energy coming through the stream. What the hell did I do? I'm somewhere else. It's a little weird. You're all chastising me. Also, may I say, it's nice that 68 people are watching this, but there's only 17 likes. Is it because I sound breathy and anxious and distressed? Is that what's doing it? This is bullshit. Oh, and now there's 22. Yeah, okay, great. SM said, Panthea's grandma said, RJ is trapped in an undisclosed log cabin. You know where you are, sir? Yes, in Lars von Trier movie. That's an obscure reference. Clint said, can someone let RJ sing? They won't let me sing in here. No, you can. I will sing whatever you want according to the rules. David said, thank you, RJ. Happy Movember. Don't say happy Movember. It's weird. That's just donate to the thing and that's it. Nescafe poop water. It's exactly what it was. And it was horrible and terrible. Jordan said, coffee question. Are you a fan of a traditional Vietnamese coffee? I've not had it in a credible atmosphere. It was an approximation of what it was, so it was hard for me to judge. I'm sure I would like it as a treat. I don't think I could deal with it every morning. A said, have you seen that old Folgers ad? You mean the one with Paul Lynde where he's like, this coffee is delicious? That one? Nell said, perhaps this is a stream of shame, like a walk of shame. It's the morning after and he doesn't want to wake up someone's parents. Yeah, I had a rollicking Halloween, and now I'm facing the consequences. Frank said, you need to be a regular on Busted Open. Here's a hot tip, Frank. I'm not the one in control of the show, so I feel like you're telling the wrong person. Spot Center said, I bought a French press to quote Kelly Clarkson because of you. Don't trick me into singing a song like that without the rules. SM said, David, you missed the City After Dark City finale. Jordan said, Tomorrowland, that is the name of it, and biographics. Graphics? Biographics. I think you forgot an H. Pogirl Sean said, drink your pee, but never poop water. It's not good for your skin. Danny said, don't forget to like the video, people. Yeah, it's a little better. Not too great. Panthea's grandma said, or he doesn't want to alert Jason when he's hiding in the closet. I don't understand. Clint said, hey, RJ, since you have a PS3, can you record your gameplay? No, because I don't know how to hook it up. I'm doing everything on the computer, but I will record that. And I also haven't played PS3 in a while. You're pretty much seeing whatever I play so far. Nail said, Wednesday, the stream ends. Sunday, it's on location. Nails is on the case. Chris said, I once cleaned up a 1970s house at my old job, and the bathroom was covered in wood paneling. The carpets were stereotypically shag, and there was a nice fireplace too. My first girlfriend, I was in 9th grade, and she had carpeting in her basement bathroom, and that it was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Because inevitably, some urine or something is going to fall on the floor. At least water will from the sink, and the carpet just absorbs it. It's like a grade school library. It's disgusting. Jerry said, yeah, I would go to the zoo on Christmas Eve. To the zoo on Christmas Eve. That's a great idea. And the animals are sad, They're not sad. The zebra doesn't know it's Christmas. What? Okay, and I'm going to go eat a leaf. Neil said, fuck Crazy Town, fuck Mark Ruffalo, and all the horses these mofos wrote in on. That's something that needs to come back. Mofo. Clint said, Archie, do you have a lot of things to take care of later? Yes, my own health and mental wellness. Courtney said, a wood phobia. Why would you be scared of me? My last name is Wood, said Courtney Wood. Dave said, are you in a cabin in the woods? Yes, and I'm writing my memoir, and my agent said I can't come out until this is a reboot of Misery. I have been captured by Kiana, and I'm going to be forced to finish my novel. Nail said, can you tell us where you are? Do you not want to? I'm somewhere else. I'm not where I normally am. But the allegory and the lesson here I'm trying to teach you, boys and girls, is that sometimes you're not where you think you are. But wherever you go, there you are. SM said, someone request a song and see how loud he sings. Oh, shit. Ace said, have you ever been to Arizona? No. I think I was scheduled to once and things got canceled, but I heard it's hot. I heard the dry weather is good for your sinuses. Neil said, RJ, you've got your next death match sorted. Fans, bring the shellongs. Jordan said, when is your grandmother coming back to the show? Well, probably when I can get back to New York. I'll have her on the show. She's certainly an avid watcher now, and I think she enjoys that. I feel like she doesn't enjoy the spotlight anymore, although she will sing the turtle song sometimes. Panzo's grandma said, so is this the orgy gazebo? Yes. After Dark is ending, orgy gazebo is starting. Neil said, I watched the Grigio guys, and I loved your costume. I won't spoil it. Oh, yes, I did. Leo said, are you on Ashley Madison? Didn't they get sued, but did they close down? Or did they just get sued and that was it? Kiana is laughing. Oh, I'm so far behind on the comments. Dear Lord, I'll catch up. Oh, Lord, I'm so behind. I'm getting there. Spot Center said, my mom had a classic velvet Elvis painting when I was growing up. I would like a velvety painting of you in your underwear, preferably blue. There's got to be someone who can do it. Nicholas said, Danhausen just signed. RJ, when will you announce I'm under contract to AWA. I'm in Minnesota. I'm in Vern's place right now. And that's why I'm quiet, because he is sleeping like a log. Sabrina said, I'm disliking this video because you won't tell us where you go. I've already told you like 5 different times. Jordan said, I already like the video and I honestly don't give a shit where you are. Thank you, Jordan. Nails has a wonderful request. Sing It's Oh So Quiet by Bjork, one of my favorites, and really belt out those loud parts. Love you, boo. Yes. One of my favorites. Big Bjork guy. Here we go. It's Oh So Quiet by Bjork. It's oh so quiet in my house. It's oh so quiet. I'm a mouse. I clip around the house. I clip because I'm a mouse. Why is it so quiet? Where am I? Why is it so quiet? Look at the sky. I see no clouds. I see no blue. I see a roof over my head. But they're coming for you, the librarians, because I'm not in a house. I'm in a library filled with books. I'm a mouse. I must be very quiet, also very quiet, to read and read and read. It's about a mouse who reads. Oh, so quiet in my house, but no one's here, so I might be a louder mouse. It's oh so quiet, but I can scream. It's oh so quiet. It's quieter than it seems. That was a wonderful It's Oh So Quiet by Bjork. And it was so weird. It was about a mouse in a library. But that was her. She was Scandinavian and an artist. Panteo's grandma said, we're just worried since you've been kidnapped or being held in an orgy. Ace said, did you watch SNL last night? No, but I'm going to watch the rest of it this morning, I saw the monologue, which was very funny, and then there was a bunch of sketches that looked really funny. I like John Mulaney, and I'm looking forward to not watching Jim Carrey as Joe Biden. I don't like it. I think it's really annoying. Sean said, let the man be somewhere other than his kitchen, for goodness sake. That's for sure. This is like when they took Letterman on the road and they're like, oh, this isn't the same. Spot Center said, have you ever done a Sunday morning video in someone else's underwear asking for a friend, asking for Jeff? Yes, I have. Well, not someone else's underwear. I've done it in, well, I took a bunch of my brother's underwear, if that counts, because I was running out. But that doesn't really count, because I would have done that anyway. I did it once in Dalton Castle's bathing suit, because he left it with me in LA and I never gave it back to him. And I still haven't given it back to him, I believe. And he had to go buy, he loved that bathing suit. And he went out and he bought the exact same pair again. Positively E said, no nut November. Well, I don't really care for almonds or cashews or things of that nature. You know, a peanut is not actually a nut, it is a legume. So when people have a nut allergy, I go, is this a legume allergy? Shouldn't we clarify here? Nail said, I knew Sabrina is a secret heel. I finally rubbed off on her. I think that's what's happened. Ty said, Nails, he allowed himself to be taken home to someone's parents' house. Yeah, I'm just hanging out with a bunch of people right now. Leo said, do you think it would be weird if Tommy Dreamer started wearing trunks? I've seen him in his underwear. He's got fabulous thighs. So this is my shoot interview. That's the hot issues I have to talk about. Dave said, it's no nut November. So RJ is hiding from society. Yeah, because I'm a wacky guy. They said, no nuts allowed. Positively E said, is Bustin' Open the thing with Bully Ray? Yes, it is. Bully Ray, Tommy Dreamer, Dave LaGreca, and Mark Henry. Behind the Gorilla Wrestling Podcast said, are you sure you haven't been kidnapped and are being held in someone's basement? Blink twice if you need us to call the police. See, I blinked 3 times and now you don't know what to do. Call them and just say hi for me. Leo said, he's trying not to wake up the husband of the 72-year-old he spent the night with. Leo knows my brand. Amani James says, hey, RJ, 22 minutes into the show. Fortinbras says, sup, guys, I forgot to change my clocks. I told you, this is the shit that happens. Happy daylight savings, I guess. You don't have to be like, meh, you know what I mean? It's not necessary. You don't need to wish it. You just need to say, people say, it's daylight savings, you know that? Kiana said, Dave is correct. Oh God, I'm so far. There's just so much going on. Is RJ in the log lady's cabin from Twin Peaks? Speaking of, let's make some damn fine coffee. That was a good Twin Peaks segue. Let's do a nice press here as everyone looks at how well I can squat. It's a good look, isn't it? Lower than you thought. Let's get some. Oh, I do have some bulletproof, and I have a new mug, new mug. This is one of my favorite places, the Western Village RV Park in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. It's where I became a man. Get a good look. It's a great place. And let's get some bulletproof happening. I haven't had it in a while. I was out. I managed to wrangle some more. Let me put it in here. There we are there. And here we are here. And it's a nice wide mug, so I'm not going to get too much of the butter in my face, I don't think. And then I'll put the stevia in it. But first, I believe we have another song. Nug said, this is a slight Heart Dungeon look. It's Heart Dungeon-esque. Yes, and I'll be grappling. I'll be doing some single leg takedowns for 40 minutes and saying, that's good enough. Go work on my car outside. Kiana said, I won't break your ankles, though. I'm nice. You know, I've always said Kiana is giving off young, swinging Kathy Bates vibes. Glenn said, I prefer how John Malkovich pronounces that word in Burn After Reading. It's a memoir. Is that Mike John Malkovich? I don't know. I didn't know I had one. Fortinbras said, it looks like you're in a conjugal room in prison. You're in prison. I solved the case. If there's anyone who should not go to prison, it's me. Nail said, by the way, I love Dalton. Oh, shit, I missed this again. There's so much going on. Okay, let's get to the David Tig. You should get wood panel wrestling gear, boots, and all. And the name of my finishing move will be called the Okie Finish. Wood puns, I think, would go well. Let's get on this. You and me will be the Wood Brothers. David said, I'm a turtle. Apropos of nothing, he just said, I'm a turtle. Aaron said, my basement is in fact wood paneling with an orange shag carpet. I wish I had a fireplace. Aaron, knowing you as on the tertiary level I do, not that surprised. Adam said 69 viewers. We're down to 59. I've upset some people. Oh, okay. Val wants, ooh, this is a fine song. Yes, let's do this. Love will keep us together. Think of me, babe, whenever some sweet talking guy comes along, singing a song. Don't hang around, you just got to be strong. So stop, boom, 'cause I really love you. Stop, boom, I'll be thinking of you. Look in your heart and let love keep us together. Whatever you belong to me now. I love when I like the second verse. And ain't gonna set you free now. When those girls start hanging around, talking me down, here with your heart, and you won't hear a sound. Just stop, boom, 'cause I really love you. Stop, boom, I'll be thinking of you. Look in your heart and let love keep us together. Whatever. Young and beautiful, but someday your looks will be gone when the others turn you off. Who'll be turning you on? I will be there to share forever. Love will keep us together. I said it before and I'll say it again while the others pretend. I need you now and I'll need you then. So stop, boom, 'cause I really love you. Stop, boom, I'll be thinking of you. Look in your heart and let love keep us together. Whatever. I will. See, I wasn't planning on singing the whole song. I thought I'll do the first verse and the chorus, but I forgot how it was structured. And once you start singing that song, you literally cannot stop. And now I'm covered in sweat. Jordan said, what are the annoyed zebra's thoughts on professional wrestling? Every match has to have a zebra, and he's this small guy who doesn't know what he's doing and misses a lot? That's nice. And a little derogatory, if you want my opinion. Nail said, Clint, he's taking a social media break while being at work full time. Spot Center said, why did Charlie Brown get all worked up over the little red-haired girl? Was this part of the worldwide conspiracy that gingers have no souls? It was just his fetish. I hated Charlie Brown, and I still do. I think the Great Pumpkin is shit. I think the Christmas thing with the shitty tree, and it's like, I like it because it's shit. It's like, no, you have to be able to understand that that's a shitty tree. It doesn't get merit because you couldn't find a better tree. You should say, this sucks, I'm throwing it out, and we're doing something else. Idiot. Val said, annoyed zebra would be a good name for a podcast of rest. Poe Girl shines with a lovely tribute, and you're shining on me. Poe Girl says, please tell us your favorite clean, dirty joke. It's Sunday. Oh, a clean, dirty. Oh, I can't tell that one. I was like, that's clean. This is not. Well, okay, this one isn't. I guess this one's clean. This old couple goes to doctors because the old guy got to get checked out, and the doctor goes, Mr. Smith, we need a urine sample, a fecal sample, and a semen sample. And the old guy goes, what? And the doctor goes, Mr. Smith, we need a urine sample, a fecal sample, and a semen sample. Mr. Smith goes, what? And his wife goes, just hand him your underwear. See, because he shits and pisses himself and apparently also ejaculates in his pants, according to this show. But it's clean, yet dirty. There you go, poor girl. I hope that worked for you. Aaron said, if you close your eyes, it's almost like Bork is really here. That's how far back I am in the comments. Martin said Bork was a bit Christoph Waltz, and I agree. David said, no legume November. Fine by me. Nils wants to know, do we have coffee? Yes, I'm getting there. Spot Center said, can you sing This Is It? Parody of the One Day at a Time theme about a pimple ruining your day for some reason, perhaps a photo shoot or TV. Sure, because I also love the One Day at a Time theme too. This is it. It's appearing on my face. This is it. This clearly is its place. I have things to do. I have a wedding to attend. I must fix this zit. I don't know how I'm able to mend. This is it. Should I pop it now or later? This is it. If I pick it, it will turn into a crater. This is it. Maybe I'll put some toothpaste on it. This is it. Oh, gosh darn it. This is it. Everyone's going to laugh at me at the wedding. This is it. I should have thought of a rhyme for wedding. Bedding. Oh, yes, okay. This is it. No one will want to lay down on my bedding. This is it. Oh, wait, it's going away. This is it. I'm having a beautiful day. See, there's a resolution. There's a little story there that finally goes away with patience and good faith. David said, we reached a new low with that squat. David Arquette is a riot. Have I mentioned that? And he's just putting hearts. Dear Lord, how much shit did I even miss here? Sabrina said, how are you, David? I hope you're doing well. Behind the Wrestling Podcast said, the comedic genius of David never fails to amaze us. Chris has a request. I've got a request, he said. Whip It by Devo, sung in the style of Groucho Marx. When a problem comes along, you must whip it. Whip it good. Whip it here. Whip it there. Whip it everywhere. But make sure it's hot. Otherwise, it'll be Cool Whip. Yeah, whip it. Whip it good. Maybe in a kinky sort of fetish kind of way. Whip it. Whip it here. Whip it there. Whip it up. Whip it down. Whip it everywhere. Why don't you just whip it? Don't whip it bad. Whip it good, boys. Whip it good. We're whipping it up. Don't whoop. Make sure you don't whoop. You can't whoop if you have to whip. The first thing comes to whipping. You can whop. People are whopping right now. It's very popular. Can you whip the whop? I don't think that's a good idea. I think she's going to be very happy if you whip the whop. My advice to you would just be whip it and leave it at that. And whip it good. Whip it once and end it. That was Whip It by Groucho Marx. David said, this is the RJ show. He gets jealous. I don't show up at your things because you don't invite me to them. Oh, I'll get you on a talk show. No problem. Oh, look at me. I'm on the Today Show from my house. There's no time. It's so easy to get me on a show right now. Just saying. You know, maybe if Seth Meyers, maybe if we win the Critics' Choice Award. By the way, did we talk about this? David's documentary, you did not kill David Arquette. Well, I didn't. But You Cannot Kill David Arquette is nominated for a Critics' Choice Award in the category of Best Sports Documentary because we know how sporting wrestling can be. And unfortunately, yet also fortunately for me, it's in the same category as the Dick Cavett Muhammad Ali documentary. So I'm in a great position because if we win, it's a miracle run, quite frankly. But if we lose to Dick Cavett. That's amazing. I would love I just want to be in that sentence and I'll be happy. It doesn't matter to me. So this is a lose-win-lose situation. Spot Center said, David, I used to love early morning, possibly drunken phone calls. Oh, yeah. I don't think he calls in anymore. Now he calls into Busted Open Radio. Leo said, would you rather go on the Rubin Report or be interviewed for Q, but the Q interview is being conducted by Jen? No. I'd much rather go on the Rubin Report, especially if it was Paul Rubin instead. That would be much better. David says, the turtle song your grandma sang. Oh, yes. The kid that said, I love turtles, and Sal and Howard Stern said, I'm a turtle reference. Yeah, that's a deep cut that I'm not really privy to. Nug said, wood panel inlays on the side of long tights like a wood paneled station wagon. Make it happen, David. David also has, he wants to get a Silver Bullet RV, and maybe his tights could be like a Silver Bullet tights, and I'll be wood paneling, and then we'll just be Bad Decisions of the Past. That'll be our new team name. Put this here. Let me get sipping this coffee. Maybe that's what I need. Major FOMO said, If I knew Jessamine Duke was on, I'd request Rhinestone Cowboy. Yes, she has not been. Oh, she just popped up. I think she has a request by Glenn Campbell since she didn't know who he was. Well, I'm not talking to her anymore. Adam said, do you have a favorite wrestling t-shirt design? Not counting your own, but also what's your favorite design of your own shirts for sale? I mean, I do love the purple Randy Savage one. That one was like always my favorite. The one with just the glasses and he's in the glasses and I just said Macho Man. It's so simple. And it's such a distinct color. That's one of those, like, no one else was making a shirt that color. I also love, I guess it's a panther, but it was a Roddy Piper shirt, but it was just a panther. It didn't even say anything, just had like a growling. And they've since like repurposed that look, and I think that's one of my favorites too. Of mine, well, the Halloween special is now done. I love Stairway to Obscurity. That's one of my favorites. And I do always love Hey Buddy, What Are You, a Piece of Shit or something, because it's one of those things where it doesn't look like it has swearing on it unless you stop and read it. And all those shirts, by the way, were designed, look at the butter on my face, were designed by the delightful Future Reunion. You can follow him on Instagram and Twitter. He has a lot of other designs for you to enjoy. Leo said, would you consider getting Dr. Katz themed merch or gear? I'm just going to be him. I think those cartoons I put out were as close as we're going to get. Jordan said, love will keep us together will forever remind me of the 90s classic film House Arrest. And who can forget? Sabrina said, RJ, you hate Charlie Brown? Don't make me hate you. It's too late now. Chris said, Peanuts was a product of a long bygone era. That's they were comic strips and they should have stayed that way. Well, hi, Jessamine Duke. Sorry I'm late, everyone. As a tardy gal using my own emoji to express my disappointment. Everyone's saying hello to Jessamine. I guess I've been usurped. Jessamine said, you should always like the video. It's literally the easiest, most simple way to support a channel you enjoy. Just do it, please. Anyway, has he sung already? Maybe a hum. Okay, maybe I'll get some humming going on. Let me get down there. Ace said, do you watch the Amber Ruffin show? Her show on the Peacock Network. She's also a writer for Seth. I'm familiar with it. I've seen clips, and I'm familiar with her from Seth's show because I watched Seth's show, even though he didn't want David on his show. So I haven't yet to see a full episode yet. SM said, RJ hasn't had a sip of coffee yet. I know. I have to get to work here. Val said, congrats, a win rules, but a loss to Dick Cavett would also rule. I think it'd be even better. I'm going to jump up on stage and say, we did it. We lost to Dick Cavett. I'd feel so bad beating Dick Cavett. Missy said, RJ, you should give 3 clues to where you're located, and the first person that guesses correct gets an RJ prize pack. Here's the first clue, Missy. No. Jessamine Duke has a request. Oh, first of all, let me just say hello to Blue Meanie, who's right below that. Good morning to all. I'm streaming you as I'm driving to get some coffee. Glad to see RJ has brought Stu Hart's old dungeon and is broadcasting from the old house, the old Hart house here. We're going to do some hammer locks and key locks, and it's going to get sweaty. And we're going to bump, and it's too hard to bump, but we're going to do it anyway. And it will be a bad idea years from now. Jessamine Duke has a request. She wants They're Humming My Song. So this is a hummed version of They're Playing Our Song. That was their humming my song. You have to sing that one word there. It really puts emphasis on the whole arc. Spot Center said, Meanie has figured out the secret location. Spot Center said, oh, Lord, I've missed this, Joe. Spot Center said, Sal was just protecting his eggs from the flying dinosaurs. According to Sal, I'm a turtle. Hope that clears up any confusion. Happy you and David can talk about Howard Stern references that I don't understand. And yet I'm the liaison. Nell said, Meanie, how are you feeling? I know it was a sad week with Tracy Smothers. Ace also said thoughts on Tracy Smothers. I talked about it in my final After Dark a lot. I thought he was fantastic and a very giving person. And I'm sure Blue Meanie will have a deeper tribute on his podcast, the Mind of Meanie podcast, which I also did the theme song for once. Ty said, a Christmas shirt with you doing your pose wearing reindeer antlers wrapped up in Christmas tights. Ty's just straight up just typing her fetishes in the comment section. Major FOMO said, now that Jessamine Duke has arrived, please sing Rhinestone Cowboy. I've been walking these streets so long, singing the same old song. I know every crack in these dirty sidewalks of Broadway. Boom, 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 where hustle's the name of the game. And nice guys get washed away like the snow and the rain. There'll be a load of compromising on the road to my horizon. But I'm gonna be where the lights are shining on me. Like a rhinestone cowboy. Riding out on a horse in a star-spangled rodeo. Rhinestone cowboy. Getting calls and letters from people I don't even know. And offers coming over the phone. That was Rhinestone Cowboy by Glenn Campbell. That's kind of like, that song is almost like on Broadway. They say the neon lights are bright, except he's a cowboy and really should not be on Broadway at all. He's going to Broadway, and I guess he's getting in a room with these producers who are looking for the next Cats or Phantom, and he's like, a rodeo. He's like, that's not going to fly in this market, sir. We don't want a horse on these streets. Oh, I haven't sung that song in a while. Neil said, send me my prize pack. Aaron said, for my big Halloween finale last night, the pop of opening a tube of Pillsbury dough scared me so badly I fucked up my back. So I'm watching with a heating pad this morning. But that's how you're doing it. There's way worse ways to hurt your back. That is quite an achievement, to be afraid of the thing you wanted to eat. Let that be a lesson to you. That is amazing. Nam is XID said, nice wood. Paneling. Very clever. Very good. Spot Center said, Gabe Kaplan or Robert Conrad? Where does your Battle of the Network Stars allegiance lie? Gabe Kaplan and those shorts had some schwanz on him. He was ready to go. He seemed to take it really seriously. Him and Joyce DeWitt were like, we're going to make a shot at this. We're going to show everyone what great athletes we can be. Nug said, this humming is my new ringtone. It's really delightful. I'm going to reboot They're Playing Our Song, the whole Broadway play, just with hums. Humming our song and make people think about what the words could be. Jessamine Duke said, what a wonderful hum. That's the one thing you know about me, is I have a great hum. Everywhere I go, just love to hum. Sabrina said, well, wherever you are, be safe and have a wonderful day. I will not take your warm wishes. Good day to you. Neil said, the mug looks like it was left out during painting of a room. Yes, it has a speckled design, and it's got this cowboy, not a rhinestone one, just a cowboy whose cousin was the rhinestone cowboy, and he's like, go to New York, you big Broadway star. Good luck with your star-spangled rodeo. And your rhinestones, that's what you are, a rhinestone cowboy. And then Glenn Campbell was like, Jasmine said, rhinestone cowboy to go with your cute cowboy. Yeah, okay, well, we just did this. I'm sorry. David said, let's admit it, I'm a rhinestone cowboy. David explicitly has a wide variety of cowboy clothing and accessories with rhinestones on them. He's not a rhinestone cowboy. He wants to be one so badly. She makes it look even weirder, and he will wear that stuff any chance he gets. He managed us in Pittsburgh, me and Colt in Pittsburgh, and he wore those suede, those red and blue rhinestone chaps for really no reason, and then a giant fur coat on top of it, and that's just a normal Saturday night. And Nicholas said, beautiful singing. Thank you. Adam said, I missed the coffee mug. Anything holding your coffee that's fancy today? Well, I mean, a French press, naturally. You see here, I have this, and this is a little more rugged. I am a rhinestone cowboy today. Positively E said, the best Hummers come from RJ City. That's the word on the street. Jordan said, can we get an annoyed zebra outro today? I'll try to remember. David insists he's a rhinestone cowboy. I think he's a wannabe rhinestone cowboy. If you've ever seen him grow facial hair, you go, oh, that's a real cowboy. He's a real buckaroo. Pantulous Grandma said, RJ is visiting when there's a disembodied hum coming from somewhere and no one can really pinpoint where. It's ethereal. Minnie Mo said, is that Rick Martel I see? Speaking of Minnie Mo, although it's not her specifically, Minnie Mo is a wonderful YouTuber. Her brother, Dex, did an interview with me. I believe he's 9 years old. And it came out last week or the week before. Click on the channel, watch the interview and all the clips. And I'm sure Dex and Mo will be interviewing more people, unless they get tired of it, because it is exhausting. But go enjoy this stuff. Chris said, David, you're just a regular rhinestone Hollywood neo cowboy. Ace said, have you ever wrestled Matt Classic? No, but I would love to. I'm not one for comedy in wrestling, so I like to get more serious. Leo said, would you wear that ladies' one piece that Big Show wore in 2001? Yeah, yes, and I think I have before. I made myself, so on Splat-A-Lot, we had like an Andre the Giant singlet thing I had to make for me because they were like, what do you want to wear when we throw you in the moat? I'm like, how about this? David said, you are not a rhinestone cowboy. I am, because I'm not a cowboy at all. Do you understand what I'm saying? If anyone's a rhinestone cowboy, it would be me. I've ridden a horse before. I can sing Waylon Jennings. Let's say Waylon Smith. This doesn't quite make any sense. Major FOMO said, David is more of an emphatic cowboy. Steph said, well, RJ is a real humdinger. I've hummed my dinger quite a few times, and then I had to put ice on it. Spot Center said, do you do monthly challenges? If you did, what would you give up this month? That's called Lent. What would I give up this month? Oh, I should really stop doing this. No, but I go through that every day. You're like, let's just not do the shitty thing. What would I give up? I have sometimes a hard time saying no to things that I really would like to say no to. That's like an everyday thing where I'm like, you know what? If I just got better at saying no, I feel like my life would be, I'm just glistening of sweat now. David said I was born in Virginia. So that would make you a cowboy. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're missing the rhinestone element. See? SM said, damn, David is Southern as fuck. That's my point. You're a cowboy. You're ashamed of it. And then you put rhinestones on that does not quite make you a rhinestone cowboy. Positively E said, you need gear based on your Splat-A-Lot gear, guy liner and all. That would lead to a lawsuit, probably by a number of networks and the production company. Or else I'm not allowed to. That's not the way that works, unfortunately. Nail said, you always say no to us. Jordan, oh yeah, Keanu was born in Virginia too. She's not a rhinestone cowboy, and neither are you. Although she's not a cowboy either. Jordan said, David's in his cowboy phase. A said hiding from Vern. Yes. Positively E said, anybody want a peanut? Po Girl Shine said, some Southern family on my dad's side is from Virginia. Well, I guess just one of them. Ty said, you're sweating because you're terrified whoever took you home last night, their parents, will wake up and find you in your underwear talking to yourself. That's how most people find me. David said, my grandfather had a Civil War museum in Gettysburg. I'm a rhinestone cowboy. Born in Virginia, raised in Hollywood. That's as rhinestone cowboy as it gets. I have a hard time believing that Cliff was a cowboy. He was a historian. He was a raconteur. To be honest with you, I don't get cowboy from him. Do you understand? I get prospector vibes. Perhaps rhinestone prospector would be more like it. You, sir, are no rhinestone cowboy. You're a cowboy. Admit it. I've seen the hats you wear. I've seen your facial hair you grew out for that Western you filmed. You're a cowboy. Ace said, David Arquette versus Hangman Page, the battle of the... Well, now he's a cowboy. Val said, oh my God, I just realized I woke up at 7:30 and I was annoyed that I was up early, but really I woke up at 8:30 without the time change because that's what time you start in my time zone. Everyone set your watches to me. Val said, you've made me train my internal clock to get up at 8:30 on a Sunday morning. How's that bad? How's that a bad thing? You should be thanking me. Positively E said, did you see all the Nickelodeon stuff on New Day's gear? Yeah, but I'm the only one who was like on a show on it. They were like guest stars on all that. Woods had to go the back way and say, oh, look at me hanging out with Kel Mitchell. I was on it regularly. Guy ought to be ashamed of himself. They're broken up now, so it doesn't matter. Major FOMO said, David is more of a 49er. David said, I'll take it. I'm a cowboy and a turtle. You're a turtle cowboy. You're a rhinestone turtle. Neil said, this feels too much anger for whether or not someone is a cowboy. No. I specifically noted trivial yet impassioned conversation, and that's exactly what I'm delivering. Leo said, you should have PBS gear. I mean, I have a PBS shirt, and I have that logo. The problem is it's hard to get that all on your ass. Sometimes I went through phases. I had certain things I wanted to put on, but my ass was not big enough for the logos to fit. And there's, of course, the curve you have to account for. Chris said, now the all that theme is in my head blaring. Well, it is fresh out of the box. Pantheos Grandma said they're just bickering over the rhinestones. I mean, rhinestones are pretty much the best. You could be the bejeweled cowboy. Let's make the next press for the morn, because I'm sure I'll still be here. Lord knows where I'll be next week. Maybe in witness protection. Oh, this is nice. This is a nice vacuum sealed one. And I believe it has its own scooper here. And I think this is a blend, a melange. Maybe it's Lavazza. I think we'll all enjoy it too. 3, 4. And I'll tell you, the best part about where I am is that the water bottles are a lot bigger. Look at this thing, huh? Who goes there? Okay, this is more than enough to oh Lord. There we go. This is nice. This is going to be a good one. It's nice and fresh. And we'll leave it. We'll let that set. And there we go. By the way, I did want to talk about something completely slipped my mind on the topic of Halloween. Then we got so comment heavy. My mother told me, and she just came to the realization when she was a kid for Halloween, and she has it on video apparently, instead of bobbing for apples, they tied apples on a string and I guess hung them from, I don't know, the ceiling, whatever on the ceiling, and you would have to put your hands behind your back and you'd have to bite them that way. But the adults put pennies in the apples. They would stuff them in, and you would want to get the penny, apparently. That was a thing you would want. But you would have to bite, and then I guess feel around the bite you took for a penny, and they'd be like, yay, we got, and then I guess spit it in some sort of penny bucket. And this was a Halloween thing. Did anyone else that I'm speaking to right now, or their parents, has anyone heard of this what seems to be like an apple penny death game. This doesn't sound like a good idea at all. It sounds like a fine way to choke and get some sort of copper poisoning. Has anyone heard of this at all? Sorry. I just wanted to put that out there. Spot Center said, back in the day, Bunny Rabbit dropped a ton of ping pong balls on Captain Kangaroo. Would that fly today in this PC world? Is it elder abuse? I don't think so. I think Bob Keeshan, I believe was his name. I think he was young then. He just always looked like he was an old person. Ty said, Panzo's grandma, oh my God, can you imagine he actually was having a one-night stand right now, but he'd have to be like, hey, can I use your computer? I have a YouTube show to do. I'll leave when I'm done. Don't mind me. I'll let myself out. You were great. Let me tell you something. You were exquisite. Unfortunately, I'm working right now. And then I'll be out and I will never text you again. Positively E said, well, I'm going to send a dirty letter to Mr. Nickelodeon. A said, what will you pair off for the coffee? I don't know what that means. What will I pair it with? Maybe a scone. Pogo Shine said, mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. That's true. George, from the wonderful Fight Network, George Barbosa, we're working on some, as of yet, untitled project, which you may see some previews of in my member section today. The PBS logo is one of my favorites. It's mine too, because people who love that logo genuinely love PBS. There is something about the PBS aesthetic for like the past 100 years that is calming and pleasant the way a really beloved grandparent is. Positively E said, easy RJ, get a bigger ass. That was the advice. Nail said, fuck Mark Ruffalo. Leo said, I once saw that Apple thing on a Japanese game show. Jordan said, what does Annoyed Zebra have to say about Brett White or Mark Ruffalo? That's pretty much it. Neil said, can we look through those blinds? No, or else they wouldn't be blinds. Leo said, I once saw that Apple thing on a Japanese game show. Panda's grandma said, was the penny for the dental work? I guess so. Pogirl, I think dental work at that time was just ripping out the tooth. Pogo Shine said, I did that grabbing apples by strings, and if you pushed hard, you would get the apple swinging, and it would hit you in the face. Spot Center said, Bucktooth kids crushed that biting apples game in 1974. We beat them up. That was a real genetic advantage. Neil said, only the penny in the Christmas pudding at Christmas. Nicholas said, that sounds insane. It absolutely does. George said, Anthem has a bucket of pennies. I know. That's what they paid me with. A said, oh, pennies inside of the apples. I've never heard of that. I've heard of razor blades in the apple. No, but that was, razor blades are evil. Pennies were for fun. I think that's the distinction here. Bobbing for hanging apples with pennies. Well, they weren't really bobbing. Bobbing would be up and down in the water as I make that thing, which I'm sure I will turn into a GIF at some point. They would just have to, yeah. It was A said, pennies inside the apple. Oh, no, we did that. Andre said, what a weird way for Bobby for apples. Totally, what? Val said, pennies and apples might be my new nightmare. Thank you for this, RJ. Do check your apples for pennies. I've always said this since the beginning. You know, in Canada, we don't have pennies anymore. So now we got to look out for nickels and apples and shit. Positively E said, was your mom raised in the heart dungeon? Yes. Chris said, I've never done apple bobbing, to be honest. Missy said, it's like the plastic baby in the Fat Tuesday cake. Yes, it is. That was also a weird thing that I never experienced personally, but I heard tell of it, and it frightened me. Leo said, if he's using someone else's computer, judging by the room, it would be Windows 98 or earlier. Just give it a second to warm up. Just give it a couple minutes to boot up. And if it doesn't work, we'll just shut the power bar off and turn it back on. I'm going to play that skiing game. Sean said, fully agreed on the PBS thing. David said, with the quote of the year, David said, Mark Ruffalo is a rhinestone asshole. No argument from me. Spot Center said, why do people of some notoriety have eggs as profile pictures on YouTube chats? Because David doesn't really use YouTube. Like, he doesn't upload videos. It's not necessary for him. Nor does he have to put his face. I think everyone knows. And there's no better emblem of who David Arquette is than this odd, fake profile picture. Unless there's a, oh, Jesus. David said, I hope Mark Ruffalo chokes on an apple penny, and I hope I see it. and give him the Heimlich and save his life. And then he's like, wow, you saved my life. Thank you. And it's like, I will not accept your thanks. I don't want gratitude from a rhinestone asshole. Go finish your apple. And then I tossed the penny at him. Nicholas said, make that into your next t-shirt, please. Pangelus Grant said, pennies are never fun, not even when you're paying with them. Kiana said, king cake is amazing, but the baby is always terrifying. SM said, this is more of a City After Dark thing, but has anyone ever heard of the story of ass pennies? Never looked at pennies the same way again. Well, I shit wooden nickels, so wrap your head around that. Chris said, I remember watching Nova as a kid. One time they showed a woman giving birth, no warning, no censorship, nothing, just a kid popping out of a mom and all its goriness. Now imagine if it was a cake. Leo said, bigger asshole, Mark Ruffalo or Steven Seagal? Mark, 100%. And worse kicks, too. All right. Spot Center said, are you the masked wrestler? No. Even if I have a mask on, I'm not a wrestler. Anyway, that's it. Oh, here's the outro for Jordan as the distressed zebra. Are we done? That's great. You can all go home, and I'll still be here leaning on a fence. So thank you all, everybody. God bless to all you rhinestone cowboys, and fuck Mark Ruffalo. Godspeed.